The highly anticipated budget debates opened in the National Assembly Monday morning with opposition parliamentarian Amanzo Walton Desir, who criticized the increase in funding for capital projects now totaling roughly $2.8 billion, noting her concern with the in-country capacity to match the massive increase.
Given this anticipated wastage of 89 billion, Mr. Speaker, and all of these issues that I referred to earlier, the supply chain issues, the pandemic issues, Mr. Speaker, it is highly unlikely that with the most strenuous of efforts, this government will be unable to execute such a program. Mr. Speaker, why not therefore reallocate, rearrange,
But Minister of Labour Joseph Hamilton, who followed as the second speaker, said the opposition has failed to present itself as the government in waiting and as such has no authority to question the capacity of the government.
And you lecture people how to govern. You're incapable of deciding who will lead you. How will you govern a nation?
Hamilton said the APNU AFC's track record is one that is premised on a lack of capacity, but argued that just 18 months after the PPP returned to government, it has proven that it can work with stakeholders like the private sector to achieve much in spite of existing challenges. Walton Desir referenced the latest reporting from the International Monetary Fund, where it noted that Guyana's public sector investment has an estimated efficiency gap of 41%. She said the government has not shown what it intends to spend money on and has in turn shown what they value. That value, she said, is not one for the ordinary man and the working class. As such, she urged the government to reallocate and rearrange the budget. But Hamilton was not intent on taking this lecture, saying instead that it was the APNU AFC who imposed hardships on people by increasing tuition at the university and sullying the country's image on the international stage.
The most visionless government we have had in the history of this country was 5 years ago. The honorable member spoke about care for the children. Her government took away $1.6 billion from children and utilized it to buy more food for people at the office of the president. Mr. Speaker, the honorable member, the nation must be reminded that this government took away a grant subsidy to elderly people, and she talked about pension, where it should have gone.
On the topic of taxes, Hamilton claimed that the APNU AFC government colluded with expatriate companies to deliberately ensure taxes were not paid. For the newsroom, Kurt Campbell.